I'm sick of. No, they not. What's up, Kay? What's going on? What's going on, my brother? I don't know if you caught my Friday night edition that I posted up. I thought it was really dope. Friday night football, the spring playoffs. Check that out, big. Make sure you check that out. It's down to the Final Four. I think it's really big. Charlotte got a couple teams left at a powerhouse. You know, Vance beat Huff. But welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Sports Talk Live with your boy Ricky G. I ain't even do no tags or nothing. Just gonna see who come on. We're gonna talk NFL draft Thursday night. It's the Tuesday night edition, but we're gonna be talking that draft talk Thursday night. What the team needs are and what do you think teams needs are? Who need what to put them over the top? It's getting exciting time, man. Welcome to Sports Talk Live with your boy Ricky G. For sure, bro. For sure. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, check that out though. What's been going on with you though? Playing it back on my hold up. Wait a minute, let me hold up for a minute. Let's see what we got. What? Yeah, Sherman Black, yeah. They wouldn't even let me they tag on here. Talking about I ain't got permission. Kind of crap that is. There we go. There we go. This is ridiculous. Yeah, okay. There we go. Welcome to Sports Talk Live with your boy Ricky G. We be talking all things sports tonight. Remember to put God first in your life. Everything else will fall into place. What's going on, Miss Rhonda? What's going on, my boy D. Smith? Jordan, what's going on? Everybody, what's going on? We talking NFL Draft Thursday night on this Tuesday night edition of Sports Talk Live with your boy Ricky G. What do teams need to put them over the top? Y'all let me know, what do teams need to get them over the top? Start with whatever your team is. For instance, I throw out the Carolina Panthers. What do you think the Carolina Panthers need to get them to the next level, to deep playoff run or Super Bowl title contender? Me personally, I would say offensive line piece. The game is won in the trenches. I think they need help along the offensive line, road graders. And as far as I'm concerned, the wide receivers are some of the best group in football with Moore. Even though you lost your slot man, you still got Moore and what's the other receiver they got? They had they're only one of three teams to have a pair of 1,000-yard receivers this past year. Then you got McCaffrey coming back healthy. The sky's the limit. Young defensive group. They built on the defensive side of the ball last year, which was really brilliant. Some guys turned up. What's going on, Jordan? Looking for you to do big things, man. Big things this year. I'm looking for y'all spring game. We'll be out there live interviewing. But yeah, what do y'all think they need? I think the Panthers would need a quarterback, even though they picked up the quarterback from the Jets, pocket presence. I think he might do pretty good with a different change of scenery. But I like to see them draft up to get a guy like Justin Fields personally myself. But y'all let me know. So what do you think these teams, who you looking forward to getting drafted in the draft? What are some of y'all favorite players coming out in this draft? Me personally, I like the tight end out of Florida, Beast guy. The guy that you can play, you can use him all over the field. This guy you can line up out wide as a tight end, special specimen, man. I never seen anything like him. I wouldn't be surprised with a lot. They say a lot of teams might trade up to get this guy. He's projected to go to the Falcons, which is a good look, but there's a lot of teams ringing the Falcons from. Oh, you like Trevor Lawrence? Yes. Trevor Lawrence is a game break. Speaking of Trevor Lawrence, he already got an endorsement deal already. That's one sure thing we know about the draft, that Trevor Lawrence will be locked into the number one pick. After that, there's a lot of projections, but nobody knows. So, yeah, of course, Trevor Lawrence. Me personally, I like Justin Fields. I like mobile guys. I like Lawrence now, 6'6", specimen. He's been a winner at Clemson, national championship. They was there every year. The guy got a strong arm. He looked good in his college day. I mean, he can throw the ball. He's mobile too. He's deceptive speed. Right? He's about like a 4'6", 4'5" guy. I do my homework now. But me personally, I like Justin Fields a little better. Justin Fields, I've watched him when I watched Quarterback Beyond the Lights, a show that comes on and highlights these guys when they was in high school, and watched their career on up. So I've been on Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields would be a steal. I think he is. Whoever gets Justin Fields to me, I think is getting something special. You got to go to the right situation. All these guys got to go to the right situation. Matter of fact. It's all about where you go. Okay, you say Donald, yeah, he was turnover prone. That's a good observation. That's a good observation, bro. He did, but don't you think, I mean, I'm not sold on Donald. Actually, I'm not sold on. I think the Panthers should have tried to go the draft route. I actually thought Bridgewater wasn't bad. He didn't get him over the hump in the fourth quarter, but he was a steady quarterback. Bridgewater, actually, I wouldn't even just give Donald. What do you think on that, too? That's a two-part question. Do you think they should just give Donald a job? I wouldn't just give him the job. It's got to be open competition with me. That's how I do as long as I've been coaching. It's open competition. I don't care who the guy is, what the name and recognition is. You got to beat the man out. You feel that's good for a lot. That makes your team strong. But you say his turnovers, I don't think he's an upgrade. Oh, you just said that. I just said that. Upgrade from Bridgewater. I just read that. We on the same page. You see that? We on the same page. See how we think alike. It's the truth though. I don't think he'll upgrade over Bridgewater, but I don't want to play the race card. But now Bridgewater, he was serviceable, man. But one knock I would say, he put up numbers, but he couldn't get them over the hump in crunch time. And that's what you look at as a quarterback leadership. The quality. Can this guy get you over to the next level? You see what I'm saying? Can he get you when the game is on the line? Can he win the game? That's what you always got to look at. Can this guy get you when you down 7, 50 yards to go, down 7? Can he drive you down the field for a winning drive like a Tom Brady, like a John Elway, or Drew Brees, or Aaron Rodgers, especially Aaron Rodgers, those type of guys? Does he have that IQ and that willingness, that gamesmanship to win games? Okay, you say, right? You say if they're willing, that's a good point. They're willing to get it. Well, I believe it was just time for them to move on. He wasn't getting the job done. The Jets speaking of the Jets, I know they will draft the quarterback. Now, that's at the top of the board. I know the Jets will draft the quarterback. The Jets have been looking for a quarterback to come save the franchise for about the last 5 years. So sometimes I seen some good stuff out of Sam Darnold, but I'm not sold on him like you not sold on him. But I have seen some things. He got all the tools. He do turn the ball over a lot, but it also depends on the weapons that you have around you on the outside. New York Jets did not have a lot of game changes on offense, so you kind of get a pass in a way. I know you got to make your teammates better, but that's just like Cam Newton. I'm gonna touch on that. Cam Newton in New England, I felt played good this year. He had some big games, but they tried to talk bad about Cam. That's why they signed him back for a year, which I think is very good. They need to draft some talent on the offensive side of the ball. The New England Patriots do. This is a good convo here, man. This is good stuff you get nowhere else. We touching on the draft, so I know the Jets need a quarterback. I know that New England Patriots, I think they should go wide receiver. Because Cam, speaking of, you got to have weapons. So I get Darnold kind of a pass, not too much, but he gets a slight pass because he had no weapons in New York. You got to have guys that make plays. You know that from playing ball, okay? Use the quarterback. You got to have guys that are yak. I call yak. They go get me yards after the catch. A lot of people don't look at that. If I got a guy, when I'm coaching, I love those guys that I can get out in space. Guys that can make a guy miss. Turn a 10-yard gain into a 50-yard gain or even a touchdown. Yes, right, definitely. Let's see, Jordan, for sure. You already know that's where the game won at. For sure, you already know 100. That's facts. You got to have those dogs in the trenches. The line of scrimmage wins ball games. When I'm coaching, man, 3 phases of the game, I want to win. I want to win the point of attack, which is the line of scrimmage. I want to be able to control the point of attack, defensive line and offensive line. I want to get pressure on the quarterback. That make the pressure on the quarterback make the secondary look good. I want to be able to control the game. I need linemen that can pull. Well, that's the scheme I run. I need linemen that are mobile that can get out and pull. And then I have to win the turnover battle. You always have to win the turnover game. Don't turn the ball over and create turnovers. That's just good coaching. If you can win those 3 field position change, flip field position, you'll go a long ways in winning the game. Okay, you say, you really don't blame Cam in New England. This will tell it all. This year will tell. This is make or break year. There you go. We're on the same page again. They had holdouts, right. And they had a lot of injuries nobody don't want to talk about. Had a lot of people opt out because of the COVID. That's exactly right. A lot of their guys opted out. Chung opted out. I can name some more, man. There was a lot of guys. New England was missing more players than any team in the NFL. So you really, unless you know the game, you really can't judge. A lot of people don't really study the game like we studied the game. But Cam Newton still had a productive year. So I'm really looking to see what he really does this year. That's why I said in my statement, New England got to get, whether it's through free agency, the draft, you got to stock up on the offensive side of the ball, man. They got to get game changers, weapon breakers. I would go after a guy like Chase, bad wide receiver out of LSU. I think he's the best in the draft. You got Smith out of Alabama, the one who won the Heisman. He's small. He's a small receiver, but this guy play big. He jump out at you on game film, jumps out at you. He's a game breaker. So you got to draft the right players in the right position, man. You got to do your homework when it comes to draft night. My boy D. Smith must be working. Appreciate you, D. Smith. I know he must be working. I can tell. You say, speaking of Fields, what is your thoughts on the perfect situation for him? I would say, you know, it's how some quarterbacks, it's best for them to learn under great veterans for a year. Like the guy Trace, the guy Trace Ware, I think that he need to come in. I think he got all the tools. But I think he would come in and would be beneficiary of a guy that's a real good veteran quarterback and come in for a year and learn the ropes. But Justin Fields, on the other hand, I think he's game ready. You might not agree. I watched enough film and tape on Justin Fields. I think he's a game changer. But if he can sit for a year, that will work too, and learn the game. I think the perfect situation for him, because you really don't want to really throw these guys out there under fire on bad teams. So going to the later in the draft, if this make any sense, if he falls later in the draft to potentially a good team that got a shot at the playoffs where you got weapons around you and a good offensive line, you got to look at all the factors. That will work for Justin Fields. So I would say somebody like, let me do my homework right here. I would say it's a couple of teams Justin Fields could fall to. You don't want to fall to no bad teams. That's really rebuilding. The Carolina Panthers would have been perfect for Justin Fields. Carolina Panthers, that's why I thought they would go in the draft. I was hearing rumblings of that. That would have been perfect. Justin Fields could have came into that situation with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey. You see where I'm going with that? And got these weapons surrounding this guy. Good defense on the other side of the ball. New England Patriots is a good situation. Matter of fact, if I was New England, I would draft Justin Fields. He can back up Cam for this 1 year. You let Justin Fields take over. Justin Fields in that Belichick system with a good winning traditional team like New England will go a long way. Man, it's good stuff now. I'm dropping some good knowledge. I don't think that he should go to a team that's just on the rebuild with no weapons around him where potentially you throw him under fire and throw him out there where he could potentially just get hurt. You see what I'm saying? That's I don't think that's good. That would be a good ideal situation for him. But what's your thoughts? What's going on, cuz? Welcome to Late Night Sports Talk with your boy Ricky G. Welcome. Make sure you put God first in your life. Everything else will fall into place. We talking sports. Appreciate you for tuning in to my show. We always keep it live on here. We talk all things sports on here. We just knowledgeable of the game. I appreciate supporting our own. That's what we do. It's been going really good, really good. Okay, you say, yeah, the Rams. Now the Chargers. I don't know because the Chargers got a real good young. See, that's kind of different. Because the Chargers got one of the better young quarterbacks in the league. That guy showed out. I think he's a franchise guy. Now, the Rams, I would give you. That's another thing what I was talking about. I left them out. That's a good observation. I would give you the Rams. I think the Rams, he could go and sit for a year. He possibly could take over. Because they got a really good defense that we know. Yeah, I think Atlanta would be bad, too. I'm not even going to lie to you. They kind of in a rebuild mode to me from what I'm hearing. They're trying to trade Julio after the trade is over with because he won't cost $14 million against the cap. That's some knowledge for you there. So they kind of rebuild, tearing down and rebuilding. But it wouldn't have really been bad. He could have sat behind Matt Ryan for a year because Matt Ryan is on the way out. I think he's had a Hall of Fame career, but he's on the downside. The Steelers are another team. I wouldn't be shocked that we get a quarterback Big Ben is on the down. He's a Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong. I speak the truth on here. He's on the downside too. If you look at that, Pittsburgh Steelers is another big time winning tradition under Mike Tomlin. You got all the pieces around you that would be good for Justin Fields. But I will give you the Rams. But I won't give you the Chargers because the Chargers got a young good, ain't it Herbert? Yeah, that's right. Big time quarterback in place right now. And it wouldn't make sense to go and draft another young quarterback when you just drafted a guy that's really excelling. So that's not a good fit. But I give you, like I say, I give you the Rams. The Rams, we're on the same page with that one right there. I'm not mad at you. He ain't, man. Julio ain't. He been hurt. But when Julio, they should trade. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with the trade. That's why they moving on for. But one thing I will say, when Julio has been healthy, sometimes you go to a different place. Just like with Green, not as bad with Green. Green going to Green was a disappointment to me because of injury. Moved from Cincinnati to Arizona. Arizona's a team that's on the rise. They're on the rise. My goodness. Arizona got the pieces in place, man. And I'm looking at a guy like A.J. Green. People probably thinking he washed up. Nah, I really think this is a make-or-break year. There's some good storylines going into the NFL this year. I think this year is a make-or-break year for A.J. Green. I think he's on a one-year deal or something like that. I think he can revive his career in Arizona. Far as Julio go, whenever Julio is healthy, Julio is still top 3 in the NFL to me. That guy's a freak specimen, but I get what you're saying. He hasn't played a full season in a while, man. He's been hurt all the time, so I don't blame him for moving on. But they better make sure they get something back for him. You don't just trade a guy, you don't do your homework and don't get nothing back. So they got to do their due diligence and do their homework on the situation. But I'm with you on they should move away from him, though. You move away from him and acquire picks. That's what I would have did. But he counted against the cap. I would have tried to get me some picks. On down the line, you trade them after the draft. You get some picks for next year. The year on down the road, get you a couple first rounders, man. I think you can get that for Julio. I do believe you can get that.